Hey everyone, welcome into Unit 4, Day 1 Notes. Our goal for this day of notes is that students will be able to plot points and identify intercepts on a coordinate plane with 80% or more accuracy. So to start off this unit, we want to make sure we have a good idea about some of our vocab terms. The first term we're going to take a look at, its definition is the horizontal line on a coordinate plane. So coordinate plane where we graph where points are plotted moving left and right. So that term is our x-axis, going from left to right. Our next term, the definition is the vertical line on the coordinate plane where points are plotted moving up and down. And that one would be the y-axis. So x-axis goes left and right, y-axis goes up and down. Our next definition, a point identified by an x and y coordinate as a pair is called an ordered pair. An ordered pair, remember, we have our x and we have our y. Two numbers together, the x always gets listed first and the y always gets listed second. The next definition, the four sections of the coordinate plane divided by the x and y axes are called the quadrants. And our last term, the definition is the point at the center of the coordinate plane, noted as 0, 0. So 0 for our x coordinate, 0 for our y coordinate is called the origin. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and now identify each of these terms on our coordinate grid right here. So our first term, the x-axis, I'm going to label in purple. We go across from left to right, and this is our x-axis. So our first number in our coordinate pair is always the x term. It's going to tell us how far to the right or how far left we are going. Next one I'm going to mark is in green, which is our y-axis, which is vertical, it goes up and down. So again, that second number in our coordinate pair tells us how far up or how far down we're going to go. Our next term, an ordered pair. So let's give an example here. Remember, an ordered pair goes x and y. And let's say we go -2 and +4. So that means we are going to go left 2 and we're going to go up 4. So we go left 2, up 4, and we plot our point right there. Our next term is quadrants. And our coordinate grid is split and divided into 4 different quadrants. We start in the top right, that's quadrant 1. And then we go to the left, quadrant 2. Then we go down, quadrant 3. And then we go back to the right for quadrant 4. And then our last term is origin. So the origin is the center of our coordinate plane. And again, the coordinate is 0, 0. So it is this point right here in the very center. And if you want, on your notes, you can even label it. So it's right there for you. Okay. So let's take a look at the next section here. It says points that are plotted on the x-axis. So if they're plotted along that purple line that we just drew in, the x-axis, and the point lands on that purple line, we call that point an x-intercept. And in this case, the y-coordinate is always 0. So we have an ordered pair. We're going to have some number for x, and we're going to have 0 for y, always for an x-intercept. And then, if you guessed it, the points that are plotted on the y-axis are called a y-intercept. And again, is the opposite of the x-intercept, where the x-coordinate is always 0. So you'll have a 0 and then some number for y. Okay. Now, to identify an example, so using the graph provided, answer the following. What is the x-intercept? So where does our graph cross the x-axis? Where do you go, purple? So that is this point right here. So take a second, try to identify that point, and then once you've identified that point, click play and we'll see if you got it correct. Okay, so welcome back. That point is 2 comma 0 because we go over 2. Now we don't go 2 spaces over on our graph, but we are indicated it's the number 2 there. So we go over 2 to the right, that's a positive 2 for x. And again, our y coordinate is 0 because we're not going up or down. And the y coordinate tells us how far up or how far down we go. Our next one, what is the y-intercept? So try to identify the y-intercept. Here is where the line crosses the y-axis. So take a second to do that and then click play when you're ready. Okay, welcome back. So we are going down 6, so that's negative 6. And again, because it's a y-intercept, the x-coordinate is always 0. Okay, thank you all for stopping in for this set of notes. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out to your teacher. Thanks.